everyone! Today we are not in our garden, but you might recognize where we're at. We're in my parents' garden today celebrating Father's Day, and we thought it would be the perfect opportunity to share our love of bloomables, shrubs, and trees with them. So you guys know we have planted a ton of bloomables, roses, trees in our garden, and we've got a couple behind us that we're going to be planting today to kind of extend this front flower bed here. But don't worry, we're going to share the love with my parents too. So let's take a walk through the space here and we'll share the plants that we're going to be adding to their garden. So over the past few years, we've done a couple videos at our parents' house, and my dad has really transformed this front yard here. There were some really old shrubs here that he removed probably 3 or 4 years ago, and we started by planting some baptisia and some hibiscus, and then he just fell in love with gardening again and it took off. So right here at the edge, we've got this really large butterfly bush, and this is where he kind of stopped. And so for today's planting, he had the idea to extend the flower bed on down in front of the fence here. And so we've got 2 beautiful varieties that we're going to be planting. So we'll start with our anchor here, and this is our lovely friend, the Carolina Sweetheart Redbud. Now we've planted this in our garden, and my mom has been begging to get one here in their garden. And so we're going to be planting one for them today. And I know that right now it doesn't look like much. It is very thin, but I will remind you what ours looked like just last spring. It was not far from this, and today it is huge and big and beautiful. So these can grow quite a lot in a year. So the full size of the Carolina Sweetheart Redbud is about 20 to 30 feet tall, but we told my dad, you know, you can continue to limb it up, you can trim on it if it becomes an issue, but I think it's really gonna fill in this space nicely right here. It's got this gorgeous kind of tri-color foliage. You'll get some dark green, you get some red, you get a little bit of pink and even some white veining as it continues to age over time. And then of course in the spring we'll get some beautiful purple blooms here, which they don't have up here. There's not much blooming in spring. There's a dogwood and a crabapple, but that's about it. So this will be a really nice spot here in the spring. So we're gonna plant this here. And then we've got 3 sweet starlight panicle hydrangeas. Now my dad has another panicle hydrangea down the way, and we thought this would be a great way to bring that kind of look and feel over to the edge here in front of the fence. The sweet starlight is going to get about 4 feet tall, 4 feet wide, and panicle hydrangeas bloom on that new growth. So every year he'll come out in the spring and take these down by a third, and then they'll push up their growth and they'll bloom. Now these are kind of in various states of bloom right now, but next year we'll really get that nice impact. And these also turn into a beautiful pink color as we start to get those cooler nights. I'm interested to see how they fare for him. My parents live closer to the Virginia line, so they do get a little bit of a reprieve from the heat faster than we do in Charlotte. So I think that they might get to see some of that beautiful pink color on these blooms as we head into fall. So these will fill out this space here really nicely, and then as the Carolina Sweetheart grows up and starts to provide more shade, we can add some other shade-loving plants back here in the back to add some more interest. So you'll notice that there is a lot of grass here, and we are not going to be digging this out to extend this flower bed. We are going to be using the no-dig method. Shout out to Jay's Garden Journal. So the no-dig method is where you just lay out cardboard on the grass, you plant your plants, you can water it a little bit to help it start that decomposition process, and then we just mulch right on top of it, and over time that cardboard is going to break down into the yard here, and there will hopefully be no more grass. Now you might have a few sprigs pop up here and there, but it's a much easier way to start a new garden than digging this whole thing out with a sod cutter. And it is quite hot today, so if we can save ourselves some effort, we're going to do that. So I think with that, we are going to get started. I'm going to go grab my dad, and we're going to get these in the ground. Look everyone, I'm digging a hole. We've added as much compost as we could and we didn't quite connect to the new flower bed, but that's okay. My dad is gonna come back this week and add in all of his irrigation, and then he'll finish this up and make it look even better, but it already looks amazing. Yes, now we could definitely add a second layer of bloomable shrubs or perennials in the back of this that are gonna get pretty tall, and in the front of it you can see there's perfect space for 3, maybe something chartreuse in the back, and then come right along the front here with daylilies or salvia or just something that's gonna add a little pop of color. Pretty soon it's gonna feel like this flower bed was always here, and will add that much more interest to the front of the house. All right, so we're all done here at the Jeffries house, and we're gonna pop over to my parents.
And from my garden to yours, we'll see you soon.
All right, everyone, it is a brand new day, and we are actually at my parents in Hendersonville, North Carolina, celebrating Father's Day with them. And of course, we are gonna share the Bloomables love with them too in a brand new garden space. Yes, we're gonna carve out this space right here where we're standing. It is backed by a fence with some wisteria growing on it, and I think it's gonna be the perfect backdrop for these new plants. So we're gonna get everything in place and then tell you all about them. All right, so we're here on the west side of their house, right at the edge of the property where they have this beautiful split rail fence, and it goes all the way down the back line of the property. And behind me, you'll notice they've got some beautiful wisteria growing on it, which is gonna be the perfect backdrop for this new little flower bed. Now, you saw us add a new flower bed at my parents' house, and we're gonna do the exact same thing here. We're in the business of adding more work for our parents, which is really fun. Of course, we've got another anchor here with our Carolina Sweetheart Redbud. We planted one of these at my parents' house, and Brian's mom wanted one as well. And so we thought this would be really great because she's also got a couple other redbuds in her garden already. There is a flamethrower and a rising sun redbud, and this is just gonna really round out the collection here. Over the years, I think she's planning to limb this up so we get a really nice canopy here. But before we get there, this is gonna be pretty much a full sun spot. The sun is gonna kind of set over my shoulder, and so we'll get some nice afternoon sun here. And so we've got some beautiful full sun things that we're gonna be adding along with the redbud. So by putting this redbud here in the spot, we're solving a couple of problems in the garden. One, we're adding a little bit more beauty to the entrance as you walk through the gate under the arbor here. And then we also went inside the house and looked out the window this way. And this is gonna help to add some additional privacy against the neighbor's house and just kind of add some beauty to that view so that they're not staring directly into their neighbor's yard and the neighbor isn't directly staring into their yard. Of course, it'll take us a few years to get there, but with this tree getting potentially a 20 by 20, it's going to be a really nice canopy here in a few years. And of course, we'll get those beautiful purple blooms in the spring, and then that beautiful green, red, pink, white foliage all season long. So I'm really excited to see this grow in over the years. And then right here, we've got a rose that we're going to be adding. And it doesn't look like much right now, but we know roses, for us at least, grow very, very fast. So this is a rose called Apricot Candy, and it actually reminds me a lot of the mother of pearl rose that we have that is also under our Sweetheart Red Bud. And so this is going to be that really beautiful apricot color. It's going to get about 5 feet tall, but only 3 feet wide. So we're able to put it a little bit closer to the fence, and we won't have to make the flower bed so wide right here. Brian's mom wanted to make sure we weren't going to inch into the grass so much that they aren't able to turn the lawnmower around in this section. So by putting the rose here, we're able to do that, and it's not going to snag anyone as they're walking by as well. The other thing that I'm interested about this rose is that it says on the Bloomables website that it has a spicy scent. So we're going to be coming back to smell that, because I don't know that I've ever smelled a rose that has a spicy scent. I feel like most roses have kind of like a lemony scent, or maybe just like that soft classic rose smell. So I'm very, very interested in what that smells like. And this rose is hardy to zones 5 to 10. So quite a wide range of places that you could plant this rose. And then over on this side, we've got a penstemon called Rock Candy Ruby. Now this is kind of a new penstemon for us that we've been planting in our garden as well, a new style, if you will. It's a little bit shorter to the ground. It's only going to get about 12 inches tall, 12 inches wide, and so we've placed a little trio here, and the flower bed is going to come right by the front of these. So these are going to be some really nice low front row perennials for us that'll add a really nice bright hot pink color to the garden. We love penstemon because they attract all kinds of pollinators, especially hummingbirds, and Brian's mom loves hummingbirds, so we thought this would be really good to put right here. She can come in this front bedroom here and kind of look out the window and just watch and wait for the hummingbirds to show up, which I think is going to be exciting. In this area, we're also going to be following the same thing that we did at my parents' garden with the no-dig method. We're going to be placing out our cardboard after we've planted everything and adding mulch on top, and then we'll be good to go. This will be a brand new flower bed, and I think they're probably going to fill in with some other things here just to make it look really full, but I think this is going to be a really nice new entrance to the garden here. So we're going to grab Brian's dad, and we're going to get started. All right, guys, so we've got all of our Bloomables plants in the ground, and I think this is gonna be a really beautiful corner of my parents' garden. I am super excited to see this fill in. Yeah. We obviously have a lot of experience planting Bloomables trees. We've got a few red buds from Bloomables in our garden. We've got quite a few Bloomables roses that have been just beautiful this season. Yep. But this is our first time planting Bloomables perennials and the Bloomables hydrangea at my dad's house. Yeah. So I can't wait to see how they perform and bloom here in the garden. There are so many beautiful Bloomables perennials and shrubs and trees available. So if you guys are interested in finding some for your garden, be sure that you check at your local garden center and ask them if they carry them. And I also know that Garden Crossings carries a ton of the perennials, so that might be a great place to look too. We're gonna finish up this new flower bed here by coming in with our cardboard for the no dig method and adding some mulch on top, just like we did at my dad's house to snuff out this grass here. And in Gardener in Love fashion, Brian's mom has now gone out searching for more plants to add to this space. So we're probably gonna be adding some of those today as well. We hope that you guys have enjoyed taking this journey with us to our parents' house. Be sure that you subscribe to our channel so that you get all of our gardening content all season long.
And from our garden to yours, we'll see you soon.
Bye guys.